Gran Turismo 7 has been out for almost 4 years now. As of the last update, there's over 500 cars in the game, and with engine swaps for a good amount of them, there are many options if you're trying to jump behind the wheel and have a good time. However, unless you spend a lot of time grinding, it's almost impossible to buy all the cars to try them out and swap all the different engines into the vehicles. With over 1,800 hours of gameplay, I figured I'd make a list of the top 10 cars that I believe are the most fun to drive. Maybe it'll save you some money, or maybe point you in the right direction on what car you want to build next. Let's jump into it. First on the list would have to be the R35 GTR. The R35 has proven to be one of the best platforms for streetable, high horsepower applications, and it has continued to dominate the roll and street racing scene for well over a decade. The VR38 can handle more than 2,500 horsepower when built and tuned correctly, and it makes all these great achievements for the platform come together. Unfortunately, in Gran Turismo 7, the factory engine only makes a tad over 1,000 horsepower, and if you're going around a circuit track, that's probably enough. But if you're into insanely high speeds and roll and drag racing like we are here on the channel, we can never have enough horsepower. If you want to make a more realistic power number for a properly built GTR, then you're going to have to swap in the Bugatti engine, which makes over 1,800 horsepower fully upgraded. It's not really the sound we want out of an R35, but the extra power is nice and it definitely is a blast to drive. Next on the list will be the 1998 Subaru 22B STI. The factory engine makes 545 horsepower fully upgraded, and if that's not enough power for you, you can swap in the EJ20 out of the rally car and make almost 800 horsepower. With the short wheelbase and weighing just a bit over 2,100 pounds, this car is a blast to rip around the tracks. Third on the list will be the Porsche 992 GT3 RS. The new body style GT3 RS is, in my opinion, one of the nicest Porsches ever made. Even though the performance is similar to the previous 991.2, the exterior and aero got a major update. And in GT7, the 992 with the factory 4.0 engine makes over 700 horsepower. And if that's not enough for you, you can swap in the engine from the Turbo S and make well over 1,000. The reason I have it on the list is it looks great, handles as expected, and of course, it sounds pretty good. The second and last GTR on the list will be the R34 Z-Tune edition. The Z-Tune R34 is not just an ordinary GTR. It's very rare, and most R34 owners usually convert their front clips to the Z-Tune edition to get this aggressive facelift that looks so iconic. If you're unsure what makes the Z-Tune so special, I covered it in a previous video and I will link it here in the description. The R34 is just a JDM icon, and I find myself driving it more than other cars while playing the game, and I was happy to see Polyphony add the best version of it. Number 5 on the list is going to be a higher horsepower turbocharged front-wheel drive Civic. The Garage RCR Civic comes with a K24 that makes just shy of 600 horsepower, but if you want to squeeze a little bit more power in it, you can swap in the NSX engine and it will make over 100 horsepower more. Now, a 700 horsepower Civic may be a headache when you're going around a circuit track, but when you're side by side with a friend blowing the tires off at over 60 miles an hour in a drag race, it can really be fun, and that's exactly what I use it for. Next up will be the 1970 Abarth 595. It takes a K20 out of the Civic and makes over 500 horsepower, which is way too much for this chassis in the game. I really don't have a reason this car's on the list, other than it does wheelies. I couldn't go any further into this list without including a sleeper, and that's where the 1993 Volvo 240 Wagon comes into play. You can swap in the LS7 out of the BRZ drift car and it will make over 1200 horsepower fully upgraded. What's worse than a Volvo station wagon? Getting beat by it. Number 8 on the list will be the Mazda RX7. The factory 13B makes over 500 horsepower, and if you want to add almost double that power, you can swap in the 4-rotor, which brings the car to nearly 1000 horsepower. I enjoy driving the FD with either engine as they both sound amazing. Which engine do you prefer in the RX7? Let me know in the comments. Next up will be the Evo 9. I love Evos more than the average person, so I do enjoy driving them in game. However, usually they're slow and that takes away a lot of the fun. I feel like Evos almost always get done dirty in video games. Rarely do they ever make any power without swapping in some ridiculous engine, as if the factory 4G63 hasn't proven itself over the last couple decades. But if you want to make over 500 horsepower, that's the only way we can get it done here. So with the Evo 9, you have to swap in the Group B Final Edition 4B11, and it will make a bit over 700 horsepower, which definitely helps with the fun factor. Last but not least will be the Toyota Supra. I believe I have like 6 or 7 different MK4 Supras, all being different builds and at different power levels. It doesn't matter if I'm in a drag racing lobby or just flying on the Tokyo Expressway, I always seem to end up in a Supra from time to time and always end up enjoying it. If you made it this far in the video, as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and let me know in the comments, what cars do you think are the most fun to drive in GT7? There is tons of cars that make big power and are a blast to drive that I didn't mention, like the C6 ZR1 or the GT350R with the Windsor swap. But either way, I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.